What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. So check it out. It's about 12:20 p.m. on the East Coast right now, and all the indexes pretty much, even the Dow now. The Dow is green. Now it's turning red. Everything across the board, guys, is red. Even the VIX is down. Gold, silver, those are down as well. So we got a lot to break down in this video. But before we do that, and of course, we also have to break down some oversold stocks like you all saw in the title, make sure to get your free money for Moomoo. Up to 6 free stocks, each of which could be valued all the way up to $3,500. All you have to do is use my link down below or go to StasSurFest.com/Moomoo, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, guys, let's dive right into the video. So like I mentioned, guys, it's about 12:20 p.m. on the East Coast right now, and the markets are not looking good. The Dow's pretty much at break even. We have the S&P down 0.7%, same with the Russell, and we have the NASDAQ 100 down 1.5%, VIX down 0.9%, and we have gold down 0.7% as silver's down about 1.7%. And the crazy thing is, if we're looking here on the 5-day chart when it comes to triple Q, and it's pretty much the same thing with SPY, you guys will see here in a minute, what we're noticing is we're technically still at a higher low. We're holding above 4, or not 4, it's 341 here on the 5-day for triple Q, which is above the lows from yesterday, and this is currently at about 12:20 p.m. guys. Anything could happen in the next 3.5 to 4 hours here, but as of now when I'm filming, we're holding a higher low. Yesterday's low was what, 339, and the day before that we hit about 338. So we're making higher lows, but at the same time we have clear resistance at about 348. That's where we hit after the CPI data came out. Also, we hit that point yesterday right before close and pre-market today. So what I'm seeing is kind of an ascending triangle. At least when I'm filming this video, guys, we're seeing a bit of an ascending triangle playing out or slowly forming, right? So if we get some sort of rally heading into the close or maybe the latter half of the day here, as we do again have about 3.5 hours left, maybe we do start, seeing this ascending triangle come into fruition, play out. Maybe it starts moving back up to the mid 340s, but we're not there yet. We're not seeing, a bottom out yet, a consolidation point, then a breakout. We're not there yet. In fact, we're at a fresh low on the intraday chart here when I'm filming this on triple Q. Same with SPY, right? SPY is not looking any better. We're at a fresh intraday low, so we're not getting that bottom yet, but I'm just saying in general, just watch out for it over the next couple of hours. When you're watching this video, maybe we do get a relief rally heading into the latter half of the day. We got to see how it plays out. And like I mentioned, triple Q, or like triple Q, SPY, we're also noticing the same thing play out. We have resistance at 445, 446 over the past 3 days, but during the past 3 days, we've been making higher lows. The low today is 440. Yesterday, we hit 437. The day before that, it was roughly 436. So you guys see what I'm saying, right? This could be an ascending triangle starting to play out or form, whatever you want to call it, here on SPY and triple Q. And when it comes down to crude oil, let's see crude oil. What's crude oil doing? This is up to 104 a barrel right now. And if I pull up, wow, look at this 5-day chart on oil, guys. This thing just 3 days ago was 92 a barrel. Now it's at 104, so it's ran up 13%, 13% in just 3 days, which is nuts. That goes to show how volatile crude oil is. And let's see how we're doing in this wedge. Are we breaking out yet? No, we're not. We're about to test, though, the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which is right around 105, and now we're literally in the mid 104, so we're about to test that. So that's what I'm going to be watching for. And from that point, it looks like we're already slowly breaking out of the wedge. If we crack above 105, 110, like I've been saying, and especially 115, that is where crude oil could really start gaining steam to the upside. And that's why I'm still holding on to my energy stocks. Well, I guess I just have one basket of energy stocks, which is called an ETF, and its ticker symbol, right? XLE. What is it? XLE, yeah. I own this because I think crude oil, it's bound to break out. I don't think inflation is just going to poof, poof into thin air like that. I still think we're going to have inflation the next couple of months. It's not going to be looking great. So I think crude oil, and of course, Russia, Ukraine, all the upwards pressure from that. I think it's going to go up more. XLE, I think this ascending triangle is going to play out. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers, guys. I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you that watch every day. I appreciate you, and all the new viewers as well. You guys are awesome. So let's now talk about some stocks that I believe are a little bit more on the oversold side. So obviously the markets in general, we've been selling off like crazy recently the past, 10 days, almost 2 weeks at this point. Triple Q is down about 8% during that time period. And one that I'm looking at here in the short term, which just happens to be my favorite stock for the long term, is Google, ticker symbol GOOG. Check it out, guys. Google is down today about 2% when I'm filming this video. And just in the past 2 weeks, since the beginning of this month of April, Google is down. You're going to be shocked. Probably not. I mean, it's not that shocking. It's down 12%, which is more than what Triple Q has gone down, and obviously more than the S&P and the Dow Jones. So Google's down about 12%. It's in correction territory in just the past 2 weeks, in just this month of April. And what I'm noticing is it is just too dang oversold, guys. And in terms of a dollar amount, this stock is down $340 roughly in just the past 2 weeks since the beginning of this month. And what we're noticing is we're approaching a pretty big trend, a trend line that I drew out here. You guys can see Google has held this trend line pretty much religiously since the end of January, so about almost 3 months ago. So what we're noticing is we haven't really gone much under 2,500. We did go under 24 or 2,500 momentarily for literally 1 day, but then we snapped right back above 2,400 and went on a crazy run. So this is going to be a big spot for Google. If we get a bounce above 25.50, which is where it is right now, there could be some upside pressure from there. And we're not necessarily getting a bottom yet. Like the overall markets, this still looks like it is downtrending on the 5-day chart, intraday chart, so I'd be careful about that. But overall, next week, maybe the week after, if we get some consolidation, and I think we're already oversold in the markets in general, and especially Google stock, I think we're going to get some sort of snapback. With earnings coming up on the 26th, we might get some sort of rally in the latter half of the month here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe heading into earnings, because a lot of big tech earnings report later this month in April, guys, so get ready for that. So Google, and mind you, I've been buying Google. I bought, obviously over the past year, 2 years, I've been buying Google, but recently, in the past week, I bought, I believe one time, I bought as it got under 2,600, and if it gets under 25, I'll be buying even more. So let's see how it goes, guys, and mind you, that's for the long term, Google. And even as a swing, I'm watching it here again, as the chart is looking pretty oversold. So Google, I'm watching it like a hawk right now, guys. Nvidia is another one which is pretty much in the same position as Google. Literally everything I just said pretty much applies to Nvidia. It's very oversold, obviously, hence the title of this video. And we're approaching a support, rather, not a resistance, a support, which has held pretty much this whole year of 2022. And that's right around 210 and 215. We can count 10 times that Nvidia has held 210, 215. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if it holds it today. And today, mind you, it is down about 2.8%. So Nvidia is going to be one very much worth watching in the next couple of days and even the next couple of weeks, because if this breaks under, listen to this, guys, if I was looking at this from a swing trader's perspective, which I do that, and I'm a long-term investor, I'm both, right? You don't have to be one thing, guys. You could do a bunch of things, right? And I do options and all that good stuff. If I'm looking at this from a swing trader's perspective, I would want it to hold 215 and see some sort of rally. But from a long-term perspective, I've been wanting to buy Nvidia stock, but I just think it's too overvalued. If it breaks under 215 and it starts getting down under 200, if it breaks that big support, we start getting under 200 bucks, 180, 190, you know, that would be a point where even at that point, I would argue it's still a bit frothy, but I would start considering it more. You know, I would start doing more research into it, the numbers, and like do a deeper dive, right? But anything above 250, I think, is overvalued. Right around where we are now could arguably be overvalued. I don't know. But under 200, you know, it starts to get interesting. So Nvidia's one, very much worth watching in my opinion. And the last one here, which is a bank stock, is JP Morgan. This stock is so oversold, guys. And it doesn't matter about what's going on with the fundamentals in the short term, you know, interest rates, the Fed, the economy, recession. Sure, that the macro, it matters in the next year, a year or two, but in the very short term here, in terms of the price action of the stock, that stuff, it doesn't play as much of a role as in the macro, right? Because in the short term, if a stock is way oversold, it's going to need to see a relief rally, a snapback, whether or not, you know, the macro is good or bad. I mean, we've seen, you know, JP Morgan do this many times. Look how oversold it got during this time period, from the beginning of February down to the beginning of March. It lost about, what, 20% value in a month, and then it saw a nice 12% snapback, and now it has lost about 15% value since the end of March. Let's say it gets down, and the stock's right now at 125. Let's say it gets down to 120. That would be a point where I would consider buying maybe some short-term calls. I don't usually do that, but I would consider it. Maybe I would buy some shares. I don't know, because I'd be confident at that point, even here at 125, I'm pretty confident that if I were to buy it, and I'm not a financial advisor telling you guys what to do, but I'd be confident that if I were to buy it at 120, 125 and just not look for a month or 2-3 weeks and then come back, there would be a good chance it'd be at 130, 135, 140. Maybe we got that snapback and we could take some profits, right? So I'm not telling you it's guaranteed or for sure, but just looking at this chart, I mean, each time it's gotten very oversold, the RSI has gone under 20, 25, 20, 30, you know, it's just been a point where it needs a snapback. So watch out for JP Morgan, Google, Nvidia, and of course, I'd love to know your thoughts on everything down below in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We're trying to get to 25,000, guys. We're right there. We're almost there. Make sure to subscribe and check out my Patreon and get your free money for Moo up to 6 free stocks, each of which could be valued up to 3,500 bucks. Just use my link down below, deposit at least 100 bucks, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, peace out.